All right, I haven't done one of these uncut rants or one of these, let's call them unscripted videos in a while, but I've been having some experiences the past 2 days that I think are worth recording. Just to give you context, I live in Miami now, had to come to Orlando to get some like legal paperwork, documentation stuff done. While we were here, had a change of plans come up, decided to stay for like an extra 2 days. I've been in like staying in Airbnbs for the past few days, eating good, hanging out with my boys. I'm with Jake and David. And I've been reflecting. I've been reflecting, especially when I came to a place like this. Just show you this Airbnb. That's like the property right there. And then we have like this whole private pool to ourselves. You got a pool table, you got a ping pong table. Probably one of the coolest properties I've stayed in a while. So in having spent the past few days the way that I did, the one thing I've been thinking about is how hard it was when I started out with my business. Financially speaking, of course, to be able to afford stuff like this. And many, many times I was thinking of giving up. And now here I am. And if anything, actually, with like the surroundings that I'm in, my environment, my friends, it's really hard to fail. Like even in the days when you don't feel right, even in the days when you don't want to sit down in front of your laptop and do the work, I look to my right, I look to my left, I see Jake working on his laptop, I see David working on his laptop, and I'm like, I can't let these guys, outshine me or in a way let them work without me working. The one point I want to focus in on specifically, though, is having to do with pushing past the hard times. There are moments that I've experienced when I really thought like this was the end of the line. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get over it. And even recently, I still experience them in which I'm like really being tested with like an internal desire or a will or a desire to want to give up. And I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to do it. I'm about to just give in. And then I stick through it just a little longer, and I ended up making it through. And this ranges in everything from like, the basic level of what I'm talking about here in terms of like work and building a company, building an online business, down to like even personal resistance that you have with like avoiding a sin or avoiding a bad habit that you know you shouldn't be taking part in. My experience a lot of the time has been really fighting to stay away from that stuff, the stuff that I should be staying away from, or rather keeping up with the good habits that I do build until I literally can't, then I just give in. Whereas it's in that very, very thin line when your discipline really becomes tested. And if you do have the will to get past it, that's really when I think you unlock what I would describe as peace with yourself. That's what I've been feeling. Every single time that I've been tested, I've been brought to like my limits where I thought, all right, this is it, I'm giving up. And then I push just a little further. This is when I feel the most satisfied with my character and the most internal peace. And the reason for that is because I feel like it is me unlocking a new version of myself. I've talked in many videos before about when you're trying to transition and become a better version of yourself and just grow in general. It's a fight between the old version of yourself that is all you've known and becoming a new version of you, a better version that is the higher potential that you're capable of. And it's like any fight with two people. They're fighting to the death and one of them is gonna die. You need to kill your old self. You need to allow your old self to die in order for this better version of you to come up. And so when this new version of you comes up, you feel at peace because you've unlocked a better version of yourself that you may or may not have known has existed before. I mean, biggest point of reflection for me is thinking, had I not put up with these battles as much as I did, I wouldn't be here. Once again, just to give you guys context, this trip was supposed to be a one-day thing on Monday. And just because of a random sequence of events that came up in the moment, I have spent maybe an extra however many thousands of dollars at this point to stay at these nice Airbnbs and buy food and just have a good time with my boys. And I didn't even really feel it. It's like we don't look at the bill. It's just kind of like we need something, we get it. And I'm very thankful to say that. That's not something that I'm kind of like boasting about. But for me, once again, my point of reference is when I couldn't do that. It's when I was going through all the hard times where I was struggling, where had I given up in those moments, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so it's a really nice experience, guys, I have to say, to have seen that older version of myself and then be where I am today. And this is only the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited about having an Airbnb with a nice private pool inside of it. But what about when we're, renting entire properties in like Europe for the summer or whatever? That's the stuff I look forward to. Yeah, if there's one type of person in particular that I want to see this type of video, it's someone that is probably in their lowest point, if you've even watched this far, because these videos are like more honestly for personal diary than like viewership. And then of course, if they can benefit someone along the way, then that's exactly what I'm looking for. You need to just push a little further, bro. You're gonna fail over and over and over again, but the key is to stay consistent, and no matter how many times you fail, you just get back up and you try again. And before you do it enough times, you gain experience, and every time you're inching just a little further and further and further and further, and you unlock levels and parts of your life that you previously had not unlocked, and potentially others in your competitive bracket, let's say whether it's age or school or whatever, don't have access to. It's a random Wednesday afternoon. I'm fully operating and building my company, no interruptions from where I'm at because I work online, and I'm 21 by the way. And once again, I'm at this nice property with my friends just because we needed to be here. I don't know anybody else at my age or someone that came from my college or my school or my community that is able to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I have people asking me to teach them, which is why I've started my coaching program. But once again, it also just goes to show me how easy it is to win in our generation. Not to say that like my struggles were easy enough that anybody can get over them. I'm not that insensitive, but what I'm saying is all I had to do, of course, keeping in mind Allah's blessings and everything that I've been given, was not fumble it. Like my perspective or my specific case in the way that I exist is I've been giving all the blessings in the world. I've just been told, don't mess it up, make the most of it. And I'm absolutely trying to do that. And I know a lot of other people that are in my age group, a little older, a little younger, have the same resources as me, a little less, maybe even a lot more, and they just don't make the most of it. They don't have, I guess, the willpower or the need or desire, or maybe they just don't know what they're capable of, and they don't make use of the resources that they have. And so it's shameful when you see someone that has had less than you but did it better. It's inspiring, I think, but end of the day, when we all die and we're standing before God and we're questioned on what we did with the resources that He's blessed us with, what are you going to say? I'll speak for myself. I'm in the constant battle of saying I'm making the most of it, and I'm trying to get to a level in which I become so wealthy that my legacy is giving back to others, donations, charity, of course. That's the ultimate goal of every Muslim, and inshallah we get there. So yeah, small point of reflection. I'm gonna throw this up on my video, my unscripted YouTube channel, along with like the other very much nicer professionally filmed content that I've been putting up. And yeah, for me, once again, this is a point of reference that I want to look back on. Let's say in a year or 2 or 3, when I have the next car that I want to get, or the house, or whatever level or whatever thing that I define as success at that point in time, and say like, even now with where I'm at, which inshallah, like when I accomplish the bigger levels that I would desire to accomplish, I look back on this stuff and this is smaller. Even at this point in which, compared to my future accomplishments, this seems small, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I acknowledge how far I've come. I'm fascinated by the opportunities that we get offered in this world, and I hope that by making this publicly available, it serves to inspire someone else to do the same. See you in the next one.